Oh, this farm was built on a Abbey site of a long, long time ago. Well, I was always interested in history, and I think it sort of grew on me, really. You know, my mother had a book in Newenham Abbey, and I think I probably read that from a young age and sort of got a gist of it. And we keep looking at different things, and other people came to look at the Abbey, the remains, and talked about it. When we put up the silage barn, and I expect it's all monitored in the museum now, they took out the holes for the posts, and they started finding little bits of tile and stuff, and then they found some Roman remains, but they didn't think there was anything here before. They thought it might have been imported from Woodbury Lane, where there was a site of a Roman, but they didn't really say, and it was only in one hole, so whether it was just infill. And they found a lot of stuff then. Well, then we done the silage pit, and then the following year we put a lean-to on the side, and there was still grass there, and just under the turf we found a small corner of tiles with heralding, and there was a Lions of England rampart in various coats of arms. But what I couldn't understand, it was only about 3 to 4 inches under the grass, and when I was small we used to feed our cows out there, and it was like a mud pit in the winter, and you could hardly get through it with a tractor, so you'd have thought we'd have damaged it all. But anyway, that was that. And then we renovated a calf shed. We took the wall down, and underneath the wall we found a massive wall, 6 foot thick, and a great big buttress on one end, and it was hard as nails. You couldn't do nothing with it. But anyway, we dug down beside it with our excavator, and we went down 10 foot completely, but halfway down the wall got a wee bit wider one side. But whether that we reached the base of it, I don't know, because we didn't go down there. We filled it back again, and then we concreted over that. But in the meantime, there was looked like a drain sump, and nobody investigated it then, but we used to uncover it every year because we used to scrape up the mud. And then one day we had the excavator, and we put the bucket fit down inside, and we started taking it out, and all these broken tiles keep coming out, so we went back doing it behind. And then we reached the bottom, and there was a skeleton in the bottom, a complete skeleton, and he was in perfect condition, had all his teeth, so far as I could see, and he was 6 foot from head to toe, which people said they didn't grow so tall in those days, and I don't know how old he was, but he was on the back of the wall of those cloisters, only a bit further up. So all that's still there under concrete. My grandfather, he found several skeletons here in the past, and they say they used to bury them in doorways. And then, this was only about 4 years ago, we done some more concreting, but we levelled it off. We found another like a floor, but this was plain tiles and all in good condition in a circular. We didn't uncover only a small area, and it was sort of like in a star shape, but in plain tiles, but set out in a sun, I suppose, in a circular bit. But then when they advised us just to cover it up under concrete and just leave it in, they're happy to bury it under concrete because it's safe then, the officials. Because in the orchard up there, it's not an orchard now, you could sort of plot, there was sort of mounds where they destroyed everything, but you could still see the outlines of buildings. And there is walls still under the grounds. You know, there's probably about 6-8 feet of walls still under the ground up there. Well, I've always called it as home, really. The Abbey is a bonus, I suppose you could say. It's a bit special, isn't it?